Hello folks, thank you for taking a look at this video where I'm going to attempt to give you a brief overview for LaserQuote. Very simple interface here. As you can see, you got the CRM side of things in the customers, similar interaction with suppliers and subcontractors, which contribute to the costing that will follow, a list of your parts, quotes, and materials. So in this demo, I will concentrate on the parts section where you can execute your costing, and the demo that I'm going to do right now is to do with costing from CAD files. So to do this, we navigate onto the cut cost from CAD. From here, we can add CAD files, and this is our proprietary importer, which has the capacity to automatically recognize flat patterns. So you can see here, for instance, on the left-hand side, we have a very complex drawing similar to what a contract cutter might otherwise receive on a daily basis. You have isometric views, annotations, dimensions, data blocks, all that kind of stuff that you normally would need to delete, identify the flat pattern. In fact, if you look at this drawing close enough, you will notice that it's not even visible fully to the naked eye from all the clutter in the drawing. And that would need to be identified, extracted, clean. What I mean by clean, you tend to have situations such as broken entities where the corners are not connected, double lines, orphan lines, all that kind of CAD data that a nesting software would not accept unless it's perfect. We also handle multiple layers with various functionality attached to each layer. You can control scaling from here as well. We handle both imperial and metric drawings. And simply put, from a drawing of the complexity such as the one you've seen here, or maybe you have a drawing with multiple cutting patterns such as this one, where, for instance, let's assume that only one of these patterns is the one that you're interested in. So you can simply select the pattern that you're interested in by clicking on it. And when you click submit, everything that I just described a moment ago, referring to the cleaning, the extraction, the flat pattern itself, it's automatically handled for you. This in itself would pay and have a return on investment on your usage of LaserQuote in no time. So from here, hypothetically, let's say that we have these three parts which need to be cut for a particular customer. So I'm going to select the customer from this drop down. Now, the reason why the customer has an importance in this at this point is because you can set a target net profit for each customer. It can be the same number in percentage or a different number, but suffice to say that the system will know automatically without having to have any variations in the exercise and the costing what profit margin to apply for each customer. The next one will be the material, and then the plate size that we want to use for this nesting. So here you can see that we have a description, a supplier, a price, and a date and time when that price was last updated. So for this exercise, I'm going to say I want to do a nest in 1200 by 3000 and in 1500 by 3000 or 10 by 5s. Doing this will give me a comparison between the efficiency of one to the other, and the system will automatically select the one that has the highest efficiency. Enter quantity here. We can control things such as mirroring and grain direction if it's of importance, and then click continue. So we're done with the first three parts. In fact, if you need to modify the quantities, so let's say that we need 200 of these, and we need 200 of these, and we need 100 of these, hypothetically. Okay, you just type it in and click save. On the second one, let's say that this is an inquiry for a different material from the same customer. So let's do that. I'm going to select the customer as being the same as before. This time I'm going to go for some other material. So let's go with 8mm and select only one size here. Let's go with a 15 by 3 and a quantity of 32. We don't need mirroring here, let's say. And let's say that this one is actually 150 off. Okay. So hopefully you'll understand all of this. It's very, very simple. We have extra parameters here that we can control various aspects of the nesting, such as the way we trim the sheet, how we allocate the off-cut, whether we want to nest them together or not, how do we want to name the files that get generated later, and we have three nesting modes. The one we're looking at right now is the most advanced. So the next step would be to click on the Nest button. This is a very clever piece of question, which inquires whether or not we want to distribute the fixed cost. As you all know, we have fixed costs such as the setup time, the programming time, the loading unloading time, which are fixed whether you're cutting 1 or 1,000. So you can spread those costs, excuse me, among the members of the nest, which it makes sense to do so. So let's do that. So now we can see the nest as it takes place. Our algorithm is of extremely high efficiency, as we challenge you on our website as well. If you feel like comparing with the best of what you currently have, feel free to send us your nest with your criteria, and we will simply oblige and send you back our results as a comparison. But suffice to say that you should expect, in average, a 10 to 15% increase in your efficiency, which actually goes to your bottom line. And again, that in itself, it's a no-brainer. Now, as you can see, it's moving on to the next material, extremely highly efficient nest. The red section, it gets charged to the customer. The green will be returned to the stock, and that varies depending on your parameters that you have set up in the background for each type of material. At this point, the nest is completed, so we have the options of accepting or redoing the nest. But in this case, I'm going to click accept. And everything that has to do with the costing, your setup time, your cutting speeds, your piecing times, your programming time, your material margins, your customer target net profit, all of that criteria that's uniquely yours to do with your business, your materials, your margins, is taken into account, and you end up with a finished cost. So you can see here we have part numbers generated by the system, the naming of the file based on your criteria, the quantity, the profit accomplished, and the unit cost. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to open one of them to give you a brief look at the definition of the part. So you can see here we have a toolbar that we can do other things with it. We have a picture of it with an overall dimensions, cutting time, and a surface area, a breakdown of the cost between the cutting, fixed material, gross margin, and net profit. Again, very granular. And from here, we can add any other fabrication costs, such as the ones you see listed here, which I'm not going to focus on this demo, but suffice to say that we handle any type of secondary process or subcontracted process, or you can indeed use your own spreadsheet if you have some really complex calculations for welding, or you name it, powder coating, things such as that. Going back to our list, we can generate a quote for this list of parts. So I'm going to say that new quote, the customer is already known, it's in context. So I'm going to select the delivery option and a lead time as it applies to you at the time. And the quote is generated. No double entry, no nothing, everything's ready. All you have to do is just click on the email button, and a professionally formatted quote with a PDF attachment is sent to your customer's inbox, and they can literally accept it from there. Or you can print it as a PDF, for instance. There's various designs possible with the design of the quote to match your particular taste. This is an example, so you can see here, very beautifully designed professional quote with lots of information about what's included and who did it, and availability and pricing and so forth. To see another design, this is the out-of-the-box design that comes with LaserQuote, unedited. So again, very professional, very comprehensive. Okay, so I hope that you found this demonstration compelling enough to either book a demo with us, or go ahead and purchase, because the return on investment is undeniable and it just makes sense. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.